What's up, everybody? Figured I'd do a quick video on these, well, mainly the black car, but get a shot with all three of these in here. But I threatened when I did that one that I'd do a backstory on this one. Getting nice 70-some degrees outside in October, can't argue with that. But this is a 99 Mustang GT. My dad bought this back in 2005. It had around 55,000 miles on it. Automatic car. He daily drove this thing pretty much every day till like, I don't know, maybe somewhere around 08, 2010, I'm not sure. Of course, a lot of the common problems that happen with these things happened. You know, the damn intake where the coolant passages break off back there, that happened. Had coil packs there bad at one point, which might have been a result of the crappy intake. I think at one point in time the rear end went out. Try and get a little peek inside here. A little rough, but well, the door's locked. But I believe she's got 300 and don't know the exact number. I'm thinking like 345,000 miles on it, somewhere around there. It might be, you know, might be less, might be more. A couple little spots there, but it was daily driven for a while. Hell, all these little markups back here on this bumper is where that thing's been hit by a semi at a traffic light. This thing's been through hell and back, but still going. She's a trooper, that's for sure. But this thing's been through, like, I daily drove this thing for a while until the tranny went out of it. My brother daily drove it when he was in high school. My sister drove it when she didn't have a vehicle, so it's been through all three of us kids. Was dad's. Now my brother owns it, and he's had it for a few years now. I'm thinking, I think the original engine on this thing made it to like 315,000 until it puked a rod out the bottom of it. So that was pretty impressive for stock engine, you know, 312 or 15 or, you know, 1,000. That's pretty good. Tranny's been replaced in it because the tranny went out on me when I was driving it to work. Still had reverse, so luckily enough I was able to back it up into a spot, come back down like a week later with a trailer and pick it up. I'm sure all you Mustang people will recognize that. That's the thing that happens a lot, which I don't know if that's factory 10 or aftermarket. It might be factory. It's been like that forever. Roof's a little faded. We're gonna have to see if we can bring this thing back, or probably have to put it on a damn lift and see how bad underneath of it is. But if it's not too bad underneath, probably bring it back. But then again, I've also heard people say that once the fenders start looking like that they're pretty much done. But believe it or not, strut towers under the hood still look good. But if that's the biggest problem, it's just the fenders, and everything else is pretty decent, yeah, it should probably be brought back. But yeah, I mean, it's been in the family since '05. Dad did, well, it was mine for a little bit, then went back to my dad, then he bought the white one up there, then sold this one to my brother, and then probably like 2 years later, I kept bugging the piss out of my dad until he sold me that white one. And once I got a price on that white one, I hurried up and jumped on it and bought the damn thing before anybody could change their mind. Well, I'm trying to think if there's been any other instance with this thing. I pointed up the bumper here where the semi got her. I think she's had a windshield on her before, but I think it's rock chips or something like that. It started in the middle there and eventually cracked up through the center and all that crap. Trying to think what else. I think original wheels, which them are looking kind of rough. Need to get some new wheels for this thing eventually. I've got spare parts off my Mustang that we can probably throw on this. Like I probably got some headlights, got some tail lights. Probably do like a grill delete on that. I could probably even maybe do a build series on this, like maybe try and start filming me and my brother trying to bring this thing back or something. That might be an idea. Foggy headlight there. That's probably. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Pretty sure it was this side of the car. A deer decided he wanted to commit suicide and come from the side of the road and just runs up and just hits here and then just drags itself down the side of the car. So that's probably why the paint looks a little bit better on this side. But F's up the fender. I think it gets the door a little bit, and then this damn side scoop was just gone. Took it clean off. And I think it had pretty high miles back then, because my dad dailied this thing to work, like an hour to work every 5 days a week. But I thought for sure insurance was going to total it. And even back then, they were like, oh, this thing's still valued at $6,000, or, and that was back then. Back then, you could probably pick up on these cars for maybe around that price. I mean, it's pretty cheap, The cheapest they probably was probably like 2015. You could pick, like, even in a nice shape as mine is, you could probably pick one of them up for like 4,000, or hell, even some of them like 35, which sometimes you still can, depending on what part of the United States you're in. I've seen like out in Texas, stuff like that. They're still pretty cheap down there, but it seems like here, I'm in Ohio. Seems like everybody's still wanting an arm and a leg, and cars with 100,000 on there, they're like, oh, I want $9,000, and I don't think they're worth that. I mean, hell, this thing was in 05, this had 55,000 miles on it. Dad paid $10,000 for it from the dealership. 10,000, 55,000 miles on it. And that was a pretty good deal for then, I thought. Probably even still a good deal now. And now you got these goons on, Facebook or New Edge Nation or, whatever Mustang site on there. They're like, oh, I got the damn gold right here, bud. This thing's 10 G's, and you look at them and you're like, no, it's not worth all that. Come on now. But I'm getting into a little bit of a rant. Need to shut up. But I think I damn near covered everything on this. I should have grabbed it. Well, I think the battery's probably dead anyway, but I should have got the keys and did a startup video. It does have a couple flow masters and stuff on there. And, I got a dog barking at me, and I got the neighbor looking at me like I'm crazy for talking to myself. But I'm actually talking to the camera. But I think that's going to wrap it up. I might try and do some more videos. Might try and do like a redo this thing. It's got brand new tires on it all the way around. But yeah, I mean, I think the engine's, it's a Jasper engine. It's fairly fresh. Tranny's fairly fresh. The rear end's probably got I don't know if it's got like 50 or 100,000 on it, but it was replaced back when. But yeah, that's all I got for now. I just want to do another video. see if maybe we can draw in some more people watching. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell a buddy. I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Might turn out to be nothing. But alright, you guys take her easy.